but it's got a lot of nutrition and you're full. Hi everybody, so I'm just doing another small segment on weight loss, but today we're going a little bit more detailed on the weight loss, accelerated weight loss program I use, where I use the Pure Trim shakes for those of you who are on the shakes. So this is for you, for those of you who couldn't make it. So I'm dealing with not only the breakfast for weight loss, but breakfast for those who are not on weight loss, and how to use the Pure Trim shakes for both cases. Okay. So in this instance, for weight loss, people are replacing. It doesn't have to be breakfast. It can be breakfast, lunch, or supper. Okay. To lose weight. Okay. You can replace any one of those meals, and you can also eat your snacks in between, so it's not hard, right? So, what are you having for snacks, Susan?
Fruit and almonds.
Okay. Like 4 ounces of fruit, a boiled egg. Yeah. Okay. So it's like a little small meal, right? In a way. You're finding that's carrying you no problem.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Tatiana?
Fruits.
You doing some fruit?
Yeah, basically.
Like 4 to 8 ounces?
Well, I have clementine. When I feel hungry in between meals,
Yeah.
I try to
How about?
a clementine
Yeah.
or basically.
Yeah.
Clementine.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I would suggest is with your fruit,
Mhm.
have a handful of nuts. Even if it's, so the magic number for nuts per day, weight loss, 22. No more than
Okay.
22 almonds, 22 pieces of cashews, 22 pieces of walnuts. Whatever nut that you like, count out 22. That's kind of the magic number
Per day.
per day. So what I do is I divide up my nuts, right? I'll have 10 in the morning, 12 in the evening.
Okay. Yeah, that's,
Yeah, you don't feel, you have something to look forward to.
yeah.
Right? And how I,
Also, because like I heard that fruit you should eat it in the morning or something like that.
not so much morning, eat it on an empty stomach. So whenever you eat fruit, it's best, so if you've had a heavy meal, if you had a supper, breakfast, whatever, you're gonna have to wait at least 3 hours before you have fruit. So it's better for you to eat the fruit first before you have your meal. Because fruit only takes 20 minutes to digest, roughly. If you have to have it after your meal, you're gonna have to wait over 3 hours because it takes 3 to 4 hours for you to digest your protein and carbs. So most people, what do we do in the European and Western culture? In most cultures, we eat fruit right after supper. We have like desserts, right, with fruit in it. 20 minutes after we eat, half an hour, we have our cake, we have our apple pie, we have whatever, right? Well, I don't know if you noticed, but you kind of get acidic. You actually get feeling kind of bloated. And the reason that happens is because your fruit desserts get digested very quickly. Meanwhile, your body's still digesting your protein and carbohydrates with all the different acids, right? And amylase and all your enzymes in your body. And what happens is the fruit's digested in 20 minutes and it starts to ferment on top of the protein and carbs being digested. So you have fermentation happening.
Oh, that's why. Oh.
That's why you get this acid reflux. That's why I try not to drink my wine with my meal. I try not to. I do it sometimes. You can't follow this 100%.
Yeah.
Because our whole culture is not based on this. The way we eat isn't based on this, right? So when I go to restaurants on the weekends or, 40, the other 50, 60%, I kind of break the rules. Okay, I'll tell you what saves you though, what helps you digest it, even if you break the rules. Probiotic. You all should be taking at least one probiotic a day, I think. So probiotic, at least once a day. Okay?
Is that a capsule or a liquid or?
Get in a minute. I'll tell you.
Or a yogurt?
I'm going to tell you. at least one a day. There's one out there called BioK. Most of the health food stores carries it. They're in like miniature yogurt cups. And the reason why it's quite effective, I use it sometimes. There's 50 billion bacteria, Acidophilus in it. 50 billion. Most probiotic capsules, if you read the label, only has 2 or 3 billion, right? Is it billion or million?
Billion.
Billion. 2 or 3 billion. Which isn't a lot, by the way. Okay? These are microscopic organisms. BioK is 50. And I think it's human. They get the human probiotic, Acidophilus, and they put it in the yogurt cup. Yeah, which is more effective, right?
How they get those?
I don't know how they culture it. They probably do a swab off somebody's intestine from the inside. They culture it. They can grow it, right? In a petri dish, right? You can actually keep them alive. Okay, the bacteria, right? Good bacteria. Acidophilus,
They help
Bacillus,
for what?
Bacillus. Huh?
What's the benefit of probiotics?
They help break down. There's 4 pounds of it in your colon, by the way. In your large intestine, there's 4 pounds. Okay. Okay. Am I right? She's a nurse. She knows what I'm talking about. Okay. 4 pounds. Okay. But guess what happens when you're acidic? You kill off a lot of them. And when you kill off a lot of them, you don't digest your food well because they help break down and produce vitamin B12 and vitamin K, which is very important for your body. Okay. This is what I'm concerned about her. Got to make sure for Catherine, get her flora working well. Because when they don't eat properly, she loses her flora. Right? She doesn't absorb well. So for now, because she's young, if you can get some yogurt in her. You like yogurt, Catherine? Flavored yogurt? There is one yogurt she'll really like. I know you'll like this because it tastes amazing. It's at Farm Boys, okay? It's organic. They have blueberry and strawberry. It's flavored. It's organic. It tastes like amazing. Like the flavor, like I buy it. It tastes like they've made it taste. It's called Olympic. Look for Olympic, and it's actually the cheapest yogurt I've seen in the market. It's like $3.99 for like a big one. Yeah, you've seen it. It's amazing. Yeah? It's got like this really creamy, like just the way they did it. It's low sugar.
The price. I've never
Yeah,
bought
but
it.
the sugar is low,
Okay.
right? They have real blueberries and strawberries in it, and they also have a vanilla. I think they have 3 different flavors. You'll like it.
The BioK is a tablet or it's
It's like a little yogurt couplets in a box.
Like that?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's like a bottle
do
this
you drink
big.
it or?
Yeah, it's like a yogurt. It's
Oh,
like
you eat it.
yeah.
Okay.
So I take all I do like one bottle. You got to kind of test on how much you need because if you take too much, you'll be going to the bathroom too much, right? When I took too much, I was going to the bathroom every 2 hours. Like you don't need to be going that much, right? That means you're going too much.
This is like a cult.
No. It's just like a yogurt
Okay.
with all this acidophilus. So I just take a teaspoon. It's got a tin foil, and then I just close it off with cellophane and an elastic band so I keep it. You know what I mean? Then I just open it and take another teaspoon. So I'll do like a teaspoon a day. That way I'm getting like 7 billion. You know what I mean? I'm portioning it. You don't need 50 billion. You don't need to eat unless you're really constipated. Because it also helps with constipation because the acidophilus goes in, right? Helps you digest. If you want a non-dairy, there's another company I used to use. It's called Innovite. Innovite. They make it from fermented vegetables. Non-dairy. Because some people are dairy allergic, right? It's in capsules. And they're like a high-grade probiotic. Okay. And another one, if you don't want to worry about keeping things in the fridge, my Pure Trim company, they make one in capsules. You don't have to put it in the fridge. It's totally sealed. Called Synergy on the website. I use it sometimes. In fact, I do still use it. Vacuum sealed capsule. And there's plant enzymes in there. So he's mixed it with plant enzymes as well as probiotic. I always suggest if you're going to go and go out on the town, have a meal with somebody, or you're going to a banquet or whatever, I suggest to take an extra probiotic because you're eating a lot of different foods, right? And you'll find that if you've been eating healthy with me for a while in this program, you will find that your system will react when all of a sudden you load down on a lot of, do you know what I mean? Like off the track foods, right? Yeah, that's what I do. Helps you from having heartburn and throat. Okay. All right, meal plan for Catherine. She can have a shake. Okay. 8-ounce shake. Make a shake for her. Do you know how to do shakes, Minetta?
Yeah,
Yeah? Okay.
so that you just use the blender again.
You want my recipe?
Okay.
You have a blender, right?
Yeah.
2.5 cups of water. This is the exact recipe. 2.5 cups of water, filtered water, with half a banana. You like bananas, Catherine? Can you try? Like, this will be in the shake, okay? All right? It won't be like, you won't be eating it on its own. It'll be mixed in, okay? I'll tell you why. Because we need to get potassium in you, and bananas are very high in potassium. Potassium, if you don't have enough of it, you'll actually get weak and tired. Okay?
Your heart regulates
Yeah,
the beat of
regular.
your
Like
heart.
bananas, you have no idea how important it is. And potassium is really big, okay? Alright? 2.5 cups of water, half a banana, 4 ounces of whatever frozen fruit you want, Minetta. It can be frozen strawberries. I do strawberries, blueberries, whatever she likes. You like those, Catherine? Yeah? Okay. Strawberries, blueberries. Okay. And you can throw in like 2 ounces of milk. Okay? Does she drink milk? Yeah. But you can get organic milk now. Okay? You want to stay away from milk, normal milk. Sometimes there's hormones in it. They don't need hormones going to their body at this age because it'll mess them up. Do you know what they're saying? Why all these kids are now 6'3"? Like I noticed, I've noted all the young kids generation.
They're very tall.
Yeah, the girls are all like
They're
friggin'
big,
6 feet.
yeah.
They're only in grade 8. They're like 5'11".
Steroids.
Yeah, it's because they eat a lot of processed food, like deli meats and all these processed foods have hormones in it. The hormones are going to their body, and that's why we got 10-year-olds with fully developed breasts now. That's an issue. They're growing too quick. Like they're not. It's hard on the body.
Because they inject the cows.
Yeah.
With a lot of steroids.
Yeah. And the chicken feed.
uh,
And the chicken feed. And guess what they do to the eggs? you know, chickens, hens that lay eggs. Like, have you ever looked at a dozen eggs in Loblaws? Normal white eggs? Do you notice every egg looks exactly the same and they look like they're like clones, right? Do you notice like one is not a different shape than the other? Like they're like, how it's like you producing a kid,
And make it
You're cloning?
a cloning, like every baby is how does that that is not natural, right? You know how they do it? They're feed, they're timed, they're kept in an incubator, they're fed like everything is timed, and they're induced to lay an egg.
Or even the cows are induced.
Yeah. Do you know how traumatic? Yeah, to generate more milk.
They're in
Well, hormone fed, so they're. I don't know if you've seen like. I don't really. Have you seen some of the udders on the cow?
others,
Like the udders are so big, the cow can't even stand up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna drink milk
It's
anymore
cruel, very cruel.
after
What
that.
they do.
It is cold.
Like you have no idea. Like the Humane Society is just like that's why some people like the vegans really are upset, right? Because the inhumane treatment of animals, right?
Because it goes back to you.
No.
Uh,
What's in the energy of the animal, right? In the milk, like
It goes
kids,
back.
the animal is traumatized, so there's all this adrenal, like
We're
in
consuming.
the actual milk and the substance of their body. So when you eat their meat, you're getting the adrenal energy, like the actual poison, because adrenal glands are overtaxed because they're traumatized all the time. It's terrible. I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to support that, right? That's not proper. Even biblically, we're not supposed to. We're supposed to treat animals with kindness.
Kindness.
They're giving their life for you, right? They still have emotions. They're alive. Okay. So that's a shake that you can feed her. We got to figure out a way. Like, you're not eating eggs, right? You like eggs? Good, because eggs are one of the highest sources of protein absorption in the body. You absorb 68% of the protein in an egg. You only absorb like 50% of beef.
How about chicken?
Chicken
Chicken
only
breast.
like 48, 50. It's not 68. Egg is the highest. That's why bodybuilders go nuts on eggs, because egg is one of the highest sources of protein.
Raw though, or cooked?
Cooked, of course, because you're in the danger of salmonella poisoning with raw eggs.
Yeah.
You should at least coddle it for a minute, 2 minutes of boiling water to kill the bacteria. in the
Yeah.
egg. Not a good. I used to drink dry.
Yeah, don't mix it with cola. You know how sarsaparilla, they do that?
Mix it with cola.
With a cola, and then they put the egg.
Yeah.
It's called sarsaparilla. and
But that's toxic.
that's toxic.
That's
But
chemical.
they're teaching them how to do it.
In Mexico, they do that to cure a
Mexico,
hangover.
Yeah, I can think of better ways. I can actually you can cure a hangover with real ginseng tea.
Oh,
In
there
20
you go.
minutes,
There
half
you
hour, you'll be sober. Because ginseng opens up the whole circulation of the blood, and everything, the alcohol will get filtered out through your
Really?
kidneys. Yeah,
It's good for the,
I have real ginseng.
the liver.
If you drink my real ginseng, you'll feel like you're like high.
Superman.
Yeah, because everything just opens up. It wakes me up in the morning. It's like caffeine without the caffeine effects. That's amazing. Real ginseng. It's $50 a little.
I mean the Panax you're talking about.
Korean ginseng.
Oh,
Koreans
Korean.
make the top ginseng. $50 if you want the good stuff.
Yeah.
But you only need like
A little bit, yeah.
Yes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it's amazing. I'm going on 6 hours sleep right now. I'm just like, I'm going all day. Okay,
But that's like a dopa.
natural. It's
Yeah.
natural. Yeah, when it's natural, it doesn't affect you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your shake. Is that good? Does that sound good, Catherine? Okay, so I want you to get. Are you okay with like 1 or 2 boiled eggs in the morning or scrambled? Like, do you eat it different ways? Yeah, I don't care how you have it, as long as you get. Can you get like 2 eggs in you? Like 2 eggs? Can you eat 2? Like scrambled? Okay. So 100
Breakfast time?
Yeah, of course.
2 eggs.
Oh, it's a milkshake.
2 eggs, you know. Do you know that if you miss breakfast, and I'm glad you're having breakfast, if you miss breakfast, whether it's a nutritious shake or a meal, something like, they did a whole study. Even if you eat the breakfast at 12, but if you've missed that morning period at 8 or 9 to have your breakfast, or 7, whenever you have it in the morning, you lose something like 30% of your energy for the day. 20 to 30, it's like you've lost a chunk that you will not get back by eating later. It's weird how that works. They did a study. I did a study on this once. Isn't that cool? It actually works.
My sleeping pattern is whack. So if it affects my activities of daily living.
Yeah.
So
Very important.
it affects my feeding.
Now, is it hard getting salads into Catherine? Does she like?
Oh, she likes certain salad.
Yeah, you like certain salads? Okay.
Caesar salad.
See, yeah, okay. I don't care what salad, as long as we get some raw vegetables into you. Okay. I don't care how you eat it. You can put the dressing on it. Just be careful, not too much dressing, because too much dressing is high sodium, right? So can we stick to like a tablespoon of dressing on her salad? Are you okay with that? Like no more than, like don't put 2 ounces. That's way too much sodium. So give her at least, I don't know, she's small, so I'm not assuming she eats a huge breakfast, right? So at least get half a cup, 4 ounces of salad. Is that realistic, Catherine? 4 ounces? And it can be any sort of raw vegetable, salad, or, and by the way, this applies to other people who's on the weight loss. Right, Susan, Tatiana, Minetta? You can follow this. No. You folks can follow this for the meals that you're not having the shake. Right? This could be, does that make sense? This could be your lunch. You can have eggs and omelet for lunch. Right? So, okay. So for the adults, you can do 8 ounces, right? Of salad, a cup of salad, right? With a couple scrambled eggs for brunch.
I have a question about the
Yeah.
dressing.
Yeah.
I don't like commercial dressings, but
Yeah.
what I do is I mix olive oil with vinegar.
Yeah.
Apple
Yeah.
cider.
Apple cider, they're all good.
And herbs, dry herbs, and spices
Yeah.
and garlic.
I do that too, yeah.
Yeah.
It works.
That's okay. So
That's more than fine.
okay.
But if you don't have time, Farm Boys makes their own dressing. I don't know if you've seen the Farm Boys balsamic oil. Have you seen their balsamic oil? I actually have a video on it somewhere. I think I put it on. It's 0 sodium. I don't know how they manage that. It's 0 sodium,
Oh, okay.
like 1 gram. And it tastes amazing.
What do you call it? Farm moist?
No, Farm Boy. You know Farm Boy's
Farm
grocery
boy,
store?
farm boy, okay.
They make their own dressings there. It's a balsamic oil, and it tastes amazing. And there's spices in it.
Okay.
But it's like almost 0 sodium.
Alright.
So I don't know what makes it salty, but they're using something else. Very pure.
Celery.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, they're using other, yeah. Nice, right? Especially people high blood pressure, right? They gotta watch the sodium level. It's a good dressing to use, right? Okay. So breakfast probiotic. So
The vitamin B12 that you're saying is every 3 days only, right?
every 3 days, yeah.
Yeah.
So the meals for the weight loss folks. Tell me what you're having for meals, Susan, Tatiana.
Oh, I get really, my feeling is with lentils and chickpeas.
Okay.
They are like,
So you're going vegan?
kind of,
Yeah.
because, yeah. So that, when I do that, when I
Yeah.
eat chickpeas or lentils, I feel it's fulfilling.
You're Mexican, right? Because you guys like your beans, right? Like a bean, lentils
Yeah.
for you is you're used to that sort of protein. But I'll tell you there,
Yeah.
you won't get the total amount of, and I'm sure she'll back me up, but the highest amount of amino acid in B12 is in meat.
Okay.
In meat. Women tend to be iron deficient.
Yeah.
As you get older, you lose your iron, right, Minetta? Very important. Women for some reason. You know why? Because women in general don't eat as much meat as men. They're always concerned about the calories and the fat. Beef is one of the highest in B12. And it creates more, there's iron, right? Well, guess what iron helps? Hemoglobin, blood,
It carries blood.
carries blood. Without iron, you don't carry blood well. You're not gonna have high energy without hemoglobin, right? This is the issue. Because women, you have your period, you lose blood. You gotta replace it. Make sense? Okay. So, your lentils, Susan, what are you having in a meal, like
For
supper?
breakfast, I have a hard-boiled egg and some strawberries and blueberries.
Okay.
Then I have a snack at 10 o'clock. I have 10 almonds and an apple.
Okay.
And then a shake at lunch, and then I have carrots and tomatoes.
Yeah, whatever, yeah.
And
And you can use dip, like you can use, what I do is you can use hummus, you can use tahini, like there's all these other dips that are healthy. You know, you gotta kinda, I always try to get people to make your food taste good. Like, don't make it seem like you're going all out, stripped of all flavor. Because that way you don't feel like you're deprived.
dinner, I have a big salad or a big bunch of vegetables, and then I have some kind of meat, like probably
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 ounces of meat, like
Yeah.
chicken or fish.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and you're tracking it, right? You're entering it in. You're hitting your scores. Are you noticing your weight? Like, are you noticing any change in the last week and a half?
I guess I lost a couple pounds
Yeah.
last week. Yeah.
It's only been like a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
So, yeah.
I have
Without really, you don't really feel deprived, right? You're not like on a heavy duty diet.
I have a question. Like I have a hard time with the protein. Protein, I never fulfill it. Like I can't.
I know.
Like, I don't know
So
how.
what we're gonna do? Well, the shake's gonna help. Right.
Okay.
So are you always down by 50 grams?
Yeah.
Yeah. So probably for Catherine too, you're having a hard time making sure she's getting her protein requirement, right? So did you download the app, Minetta?
Oh, yeah.
You did, right?
Yeah.
Have
The
you
Better
started?
Human?
Yeah, Better
I
Human.
haven't done any.
Have you started?
No, I
Yeah,
haven't.
we gotta start doing that. Okay. So you need to put the weight that she needs to be at, right? Whatever weight she's at right now, then you need to put what weight you want her to be at. So you may want her 5 pounds heavier, right? Like start with a realistic number. For Catherine, like, what do you weigh right now, Catherine?
84.
84 kilograms or 84
Pounds.
pounds? Okay. So 84 pounds, you're not gonna say, I want her 120, right? Like that's unrealistic. Well, for her, she's still growing. So for her age, and because she's growing, for her, she probably needs to be about 90. Okay, 90 pounds. Okay? You could probably be about 5 pounds more. Okay? 5, 6 pounds more. And what I mean by that is not fat, muscle. Okay? Because if you don't eat enough, what will happen is you'll lose muscle, Catherine. And muscle is what makes you strong. Okay?